Next up, Charlie, welcome back. We've got Clear Sky Financial. Charlie, if you could unmute and say hi.
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome back.
We are a private lender. We're what's called a hard money lender, private lender. You'll hear all kinds of things out there. And what we do is we are an asset-based lender. So what that means is that whether you're a LLC, a single entity LLC, a person, you got to be an investor though. And we provide asset-based loans. So if you're a fix and flipper, we have fix and flip products. I have a fix, flip, and renovate loan. I have buy and hold loans for you buy and hold investors. And I also have what's called a transactional loan for you wholesalers. So that example I did earlier, sometimes if the home seller knows that you're making a gigantic contract assignment fee, they might get a little squeamish about the deal. So what you would do in that case is if you don't want to disclose the assignment fee, you would use us for a transactional loan where we would loan you the money for 3 to 6 hours or maybe 24 hours or less. You buy it, you close on it, and then your cash buyer comes in right behind and buys it from you. So that's called a transactional loan. So we offer that as well. One of the things that we do is, like I said, we do not do a credit check. I do not do an income check. Some cases there might not be a down payment. It depends on how good the deal is. We loan off of something called the after repair value. So I'll lend between 70 to 75% of the after repair value. And then my other parameter that I loan against is called loan to cost. I'll loan up to 95% of LTC. If I like the deal, I might go to 100%. I haven't done that much lately, but if there's a lot of room in the deal, I'll go to 100% loan to cost. And what that means is loan to cost is the purchase price plus the renovation price. And that gives me this loan to cost parameter. If you go to our website, C-Sky Financial, it explains exactly how we build loans and what I want to see from you. You can utilize if you're in the DMV, you can utilize our contractor network. It's very simple. If I like the deal, I send you out a one-page term sheet. And so it's very simple. If you're out of the DMV, I have another company called Clear Sky Nation. And so I can fund loans all throughout the country. I'm not a direct lender. I'm only a direct lender in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, and North Carolina, but I can lend in the rest of the country. And my name is Charlie Einsman, 703-887-1039. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna do an introduction of who we are and what we do. I'm a lot more than a hard money lender. And then we're gonna focus on finding properties because that's really what you guys need to be doing, is finding properties. And then I'll talk a little bit about funding properties. So let's start with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of introduce who we are. So let me just share a screen and just kind of tell me if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes.
It'd be kind of a picture of a young lady. You guys see it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna play this for you
Yes.
guys for about 40 seconds. Here we are. You can hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't need him. Okay, come out here. Come out of here. Get out of here. Clean this room. No.
Okay. Stop
Here.
share. I'm back, right?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see what you got.
This is so who we are. We've been fixing and flipping houses for 15 years. We've done 350 fix and flips, maybe more, close to 400 probably by now. We have a buy and hold portfolio. We have a big residential portfolio, and we have some commercial properties. I'm also a hard money lender, as you guys know. I manage a couple funds. That's all our money. Maybe 1 or 2 high net worth individuals, but most of it is our money. So we're a direct lender. And we also do DC tax lien certificate investing. So that's why when Tom put up there, I'm more of a hard money lender than I mean, I'm more of an investor than I am a hard money lender. So I've been in your shoes. So I get it. I know the problems. And right now we have a big problem. And so the next thing that I want to do is I want to focus on finding the properties. And so you guys can ask me questions anytime you want, interrupt me anytime you want. I won't share a screen yet, but let me just go through finding the properties and what's going on out there in the marketplace right now. We're going through a period of time where I have never seen it so hard to find inventory. We've got the foreclosure moratorium going on. Government sponsored loans, unless they're vacant, are not allowed to foreclose right now. It's been going on for a year now, soon to be a year and a half, June 30th. There's an eviction moratorium going on. So tenants who are not paying their rents, who might be evicted, are able to stay. Now, what's been going on is because of the foreclosure moratorium, the eviction moratorium, and because people are actually scared as hell to sell their houses into COVID, we have an inventory crunch that I have not seen. And that's going back 17 years. And so what does that mean for you guys? That means that finding inventory right now is very tough. I don't know how to say it. Wholesalers are having a tough time finding inventory. We all are. Now, how do we get around it? There's two different ways to get around it. Number one, you have to create your hidden market. You have to create and cultivate your own market. There's a thing called the hidden market. And what the hidden market is, it's a list of houses that are for sale, but they're not really for sale yet. What that means is you're going to have to drive for dollars. So you're going to have to find the vacant, blighted properties. You're going to have to create your own list of your own properties that's exclusive to you. And once you've created this list, you're going to have to market to them. And market could be a variety of different ways. Okay. You can obviously mail to them postcards, yellow letters, whatever, every 4 or 5 weeks. You're going to have to do email campaigns to them. You're going to have to call them. Okay. So you're going to have to go about ways of finding these properties on your own and then market to these properties on your own. And you have got to be consistent about it. Okay. Now, when you're searching for properties and you find vacant properties, that's number one. You want to find vacant properties. Where do you go? Well, the best place to go is around you guys. I don't care where you live, anywhere across the country, you want to go to these older neighborhoods. And what I mean by older neighborhoods, I mean like neighborhoods that are very mature. I would say 1990s, 1980s, 1970s, 1960s, 1950s, these type of neighborhoods that have owners that maybe own their houses outright, that are vacant houses, that are dilapidated, houses that need a lot of work. These are the kinds of neighborhoods that you guys want to prospect. Now, you don't want to leave it up to buying lists, because if you're buying lists from ListSource or you're buying out of area lists and you're mailing to them, odds are these guys are selling the same list to the same investors, to different investors. And so they might be selling the same list to 50, 60 different investors. That's probably not going to work. So what you need to do is you need to create your own hidden market. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my other screen. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us your home.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
okay, so now what you're doing is you've created your hidden market. You're creating your hidden market. That's number one on how to find properties. The next thing that you've got to do is, I don't know if you guys have you guys created your own landing pages?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys got landing pages. Well, this is the second part of the finding property presentation. Number one is the hidden market. Number two is you want to create your own landing page, and this is our landing page. And so basically, we'll buy a home in any condition. We're not worried about anyone can sell their house a traditional way. Why sell to us? On the very bottom, I actually have houses that we've actually fixed and flipped in here. Now, why do I have that? I have it because whoever hits my landing page, I want them to feel comfortable that we can execute and that we can buy their house all cash and that we know what we're doing. So what this does is this generates somebody that knows that we can execute on the property, so they feel if they sell it to us, we're going to be able to close. Okay, so that's so then what do we do? So then what we do is we drive leads to our landing page from the internet. We'll do a Craigslist ad all the time. Craigslist is for free, but what we do is we constantly re-update our Craigslist ad and we direct it to our landing page. So we're probably doing, I don't know, 3 or 4 Craigslist ads a day. I'm not doing it, but somebody that works for me does it. Because what happens is once you do an ad on Craigslist, it's constantly scrolling. So you got to keep putting your ad out there, so that you're kind of at the top of the scroll. The next thing that we do on the internet is we do Facebook ads. So we'll put a Facebook blast ad out there, and and since we're in the DMV, we have a way that we blast our Facebook ad out there so that it's inherent to the DMV. So we only want people within a 30, 40 mile radius to see our Facebook ads. So that drives leads to our website. We also have something called SEO. Do you guys know what SEO is? Okay, SEO stands for search engine optimization. So we pay for search engine optimization. So if somebody is searching on Google, Yahoo, Bing, all the big websites, they go, if they say, I don't know, sell your house cash, or cash buyers in Washington, D.C., cash buyers in Virginia. If they put in certain keywords, then it will direct them to our website. So we'll come on top, and we're trying to be on top of that list. So we've got certain keywords that if they put in their search engine criteria, it'll bring our website hopefully on the first page. We're getting better at it. We're not really good at SEO right now, but we're starting to get better at it. So you guys want to do SEO optimization, search engine optimization for your landing page. Okay. And so you want to drive leads to your landing page, leads that are inherent to you. And then what you do is you take these leads, you put them in this similar spreadsheet that you're doing for the hidden market, combine those leads into your spreadsheet, and then start marketing to those guys every single month, 4 or 5 weeks at a time. Okay. So that's kind of what our landing page looks like. I'm clicking the resource tab. So you guys should see that come up. You see it? So one of the things that we also do is we put blogs on our website. So we got a bunch of ads that we do. Again, it's free resources for folks to look at. And so do you guys have any questions about the finding piece of the presentation? I know I'm kind of going quick. You got anything on that before I hop into the hard money side?
Yeah, can you explain a little bit more how you find your hidden market?
Yeah. So the hidden market is basically it's literally driving for dollars. So back let's say about a year and a half ago, if let's say you go through the foreclosure ads, the trustee sale ads, or the pre-foreclosures, there were so many different ads coming out, it would help you pinpoint the neighborhoods where short sales are going on, pre-foreclosures are going on, and foreclosures are going on. Now, in today's environment, with the foreclosure moratorium, that's not out there because there's not that many foreclosures going to the marketplace because of the foreclosure moratoriums. So the first thing you need to do is find out the older neighborhoods and start canvassing the older neighborhoods, because the older neighborhoods are going to have owners that own their properties outright. You're going to find some vacant properties. The older neighborhoods are going to have blighted properties. And so between those 3 kinds of things, when you're driving for dollars, obviously the blighted properties and the vacant properties are going to be the easiest to find, right? Blighted properties during the day, those are easy to find. The vacant properties more so during the night because lights aren't on, but be careful here, right? Be careful if you're driving for dollars at night, don't get out of your car. Just do it, maybe come back the next day or a couple days later once you have the address written down and then sort of inspect the property. And the other thing that you want to do within these hidden market neighborhoods is you basically want to get out and talk to neighbors, even in COVID. Make sure you got your mask on, make sure you're safe, make sure you approach the neighbors and just start talking to neighbors. Start getting a knowledge of the neighborhood itself. Because sometimes you might run into a neighbor that's very chatty and they want to tell you about such and such. Maybe somebody recently died. Maybe somebody's getting a divorce. Maybe somebody's looking to sell in the next month or two. And this is really good information. And some, like I said, some neighbors also want to brag about their neighborhood, maybe how much they like it, how much they don't like it. And so those kinds of things I would do during the daytime. Okay. So then what you're going to do is you're going to create your output is going to be this spreadsheet. And this spreadsheet is going to consist of your leads that you're going to get. And so the spreadsheet needs to consist of the address, obviously the owner's name, their phone number, their email address. Now remember, if the property is vacant, then you're going to have to do a little bit more work and you're going to have to skip trace that property. So what I'll do is in the chat is I'll put 2 skip traces that we use. Okay. www, this is free. That's them.com. Okay. So that's them.com is my favorite website of getting free information. And why I like that's them.com the best is because it provides email addresses, right? Part of your hidden market advertising campaigns has got to be a triangulation method. Triangulating being 3 things. Number 1, phone numbers, call or voiceless calls or texts. Number 2, it's got to be emails. You've got to do email campaign. And the third part of the triangulation method that you need to use is mail, direct mail. Mail to their address, mail to their tax record address. So if it's a vacant property, you're going to have to go and you're going to have to find these people and skip trace them. So the first website that I put in the chat is that'sthem.com, right? The second one is IDI Core. Now, IDI Core is more of a skip trace mechanism, and you're going to get charged per record. I think it's a couple bucks. It might be $1.50, $2 a record, but that's a good website, and they're actually affiliated with Traction. So if you go get yourself an IDIcore.com account, just mention Traction, and they'll give you a good pricing. And so one of the things that we've done is we've used IDI Core to find hard to find people. And again, IDI Core will come back with phone numbers. It'll come back with email addresses. It might come back with their new address where they're living. So the good thing about finding the vacant properties is that the more work it takes to find out where that owner lives, the less likely your competitors will be finding that person. So the more work you have to do to find that person, the better it is for you, right? So all the work in this business is finding the deals, because once you find the deals, then the next part of it, the funding side of it, is going to be easy. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. Where the hell is it? There you are. Okay, tell me, are you guys there now? Okay, so the next thing I want to present is I want to go to this is my C-Sky Financial homepage.
Oh, Charlie, before you get that far,
Yep.
Are you anticipating, or do you have any insight on what the auction proceedings are going to be like?
I do.
Continue this year?
I do. Okay, so what happened was there's 2 things that are going on. The Biden administration has kicked the moratorium to June 30th. Okay, what that means is that there's a foreclosure moratorium up to June 30th. What that means is that FHA loans, VA loans, Fannie Mae loans, Freddie Mac loans, and then there's another government type of loans, obviously USDA, but there's another government agency loans. They cannot foreclose. They are not allowed to foreclose until June the 30th at the earliest. Okay. The only time that the government loans can foreclose is if the property is vacant. So there are a trickle of properties coming to the courthouse steps for government sponsored loans, but 99% they're going to be vacant. Okay. The next thing that's happening is that there's this bill that they're trying to pass, the fiscal help bill that they're trying to pass, the $1.2 billion, $1.9 billion bill. Well, the last thing that I saw in that bill was the foreclosure moratorium was going to extend to September the 30th. So we're thinking that the foreclosure moratorium is going to extend to September the 30th. Now, the problem with that is once the moratorium extends to September the 30th, now we're talking about November, December auction dates because the trustees have got to advertise the foreclosure auctions. So then what you're running into is Thanksgiving and Christmas. So if the foreclosure moratorium gets extended until September the 30th, which we think is going to happen, then you're not going to see a glut of foreclosures until 2022. Did I answer the question?
Yes, you did. And second part to that, I find a lot are still listed with law offices. Is that going to change, or are you able to contact a bunch of owners?
Yeah, I would. That's why when you guys are creating your own hidden market, you need to use the owners of those trustee sale ads as part of your list, right? Because a lot of times when somebody goes to auction, that auction is going to get canceled. It's going to get canceled usually one of two ways. Number one, it's going to get canceled because maybe they bring a current. But number two, the biggest reason why the auctions get canceled is because the owner has filed a bankruptcy. And so by filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, of course, if you own the property as an individual, that will put a stay on the foreclosure. And so that means it's going to be at least a 90 to 120 to 180 day stay. And so then, then that person should be added to your list, and then you should market to those people. Now in Maryland, you just got to be careful on how you market to those people. There's certain Maryland laws of predatory lending laws and predatory laws. You just got to have yourself familiar with those laws. So just be careful in Maryland. I see I got a 2-minute warning. So what I'm going to do is C-Sky Financial, go to the bottom. There's a tutorial on how we build our loans. You can click that. There's a lot of free information on C-Sky Financial. We've got 5 years worth of newsletters, guys, and we've got each newsletter has an investor article written by me and Sam. So you guys got 120 articles written by investors. And the last thing I want to cover is our podcast called basementtales.com. We have a podcast too. The difference between our podcast and every other podcast out there is we basically sit around a table and we tell stories. We tell investment stories of properties that we fixed and flipped. In the past, the stories are really, really good. And oh, by the way, you guys are going to get free investment tips. Every single podcast, I guarantee you, you guys are going to learn something for free.